How are ya?
Okay.
Good.
How are you?
Good. What's your name?
Curtis. Mang.
Mac?
Mang. M-A-N-G.
Curtis Mang. How are you?
I'm good.
How do you feel?
I'm relieved. It's nice to get the book to a completed stage, pending the revisions, but I'm happy to be at that point. So.
Great, great. When did this idea pop into your head that you wanted to write a book?
Actually, look back probably years, but I really kind of pursued it once I went to Tom's classes at Paradise Valley Community College last summer. And so that intrigued me both from a writing standpoint and from a publishing standpoint. Helped me understand that not only can you write the book, but then you can get the book published. And those are two big hurdles, and certainly got the impression and got the feeling that I could do both. And in fact, from there I did write a book that is close to publication now, and so this is my second one.
Nice. What's the title of the book you just wrote?
I don't have a title yet.
Okay.
Still working on it.
Fair enough.
Still working on it.
Fair
so.
enough.
Mm-hmm.
And when did your preparation start?
For the content of the book, or
For-
for the preparation for the seminar?
For the preparation for the seminar.
Okay. About a week ago.
Okay.
About a week ago, I was kind of a late registrant.
Sure.
So I got the materials about a week and a half ago, and spent last weekend working on the preparation for the
Okay.
for the seminar.
So in about 2 days, you wrote an entire book.
Mm-hmm.
And from what you've learned through this process, compared to previously, because you wrote a book before,
Mm-hmm.
What changed in terms of your approach, and more powerfully, how do you feel right now as an author, as a writer, in command of your work?
Mm-hmm. Well, as far as the approach, my first book, after going to Tom's classes, I did over a period of about 12 weeks, from beginning to end. And this obviously did in 2 days. The difference is you're spending 10 hours a day or thereabouts here doing nothing but writing fast, not editing, not rewriting, just writing, which is, I think, different than most people approach writing a book. So that,
So your first book was 12 weeks,
yeah,
and this was 2 days.
yeah.
So
And obviously, it wasn't 12 weeks constantly, but it was 12 weeks when I sat down and then put the time together. So
constantly agonizing.
yeah, true.
How has your second book varied from your first?
Actually, it's probably more of a continuation of a lot of similar themes. Politics, government, and humor. There's kind of a theme running through both of them.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is just, again, kind of a continuation of a lot of the themes that I think ran through the first book.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. What have you learned from your writing that you can take back to your profession as a coach?
Communication, I think. It's I can better communicate by writing things down. I need to be able to take that and verbalize. So that's something I work on. So.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Great. What was your biggest discovery in 2 days? Could be the approach, could be your writing. What was the biggest discovery, like surprising yourself?
I think what I expected in the book was to be able to hit on all the things that I had planned on hitting. And then there were a couple things that popped up that just I had not planned on. So they're not big pieces of the book, but they're in there.
Mm-hmm.
So you know, I think when you come to a retreat like this, you can kind of expect to have some things pop in that just pop in.
Good. Just thought of something really cool I was just wondering about. What would you say to, in terms of confidence, in terms of success, in terms of completion, in terms of this stage of your career as an author, what would you say to the old Curtis, or what would you say to the person that doesn't think they can do it, or how could I possibly do it in 2 days or 3 days?
Well, I think, you know, for a long time, you know, I've always wanted to write, and I have written small things here and there, but the idea of writing a book seems pretty daunting, whether it's a, you know, 100-page book or a 300-page book or what have you. This, I think, you know, gives you a feeling of accomplishment, and you can walk away saying, you know, I did it. I was able to start it, I was able to finish it, and at all points in between, get to where you want to get. And you know, there's a lot of work involved, but it's a real feeling of accomplishment.
What's the message you want to, communicate with the world? You know, I mean.
Well, just that it can be done. I mean, if you've got something that you want to write, you've got something that you want to get out there, get it done. Do it. You can.
What's your feeling about fear today, right? In this moment.
You know, there's always some doubt. Not doubt now that I can write the book, but okay, now what's the next step? You know, can I go through the publishing process, which is a whole different ordeal, but still, you know, I've been able to get through most of that at this point with my first book. And so I'll be actually in a better position with the second book, having gone through it once, having all the pieces in place. So, you know, I think that doubt is gone. The doubt that remains is, okay, now who's going to read it?
And I'm sure many will. So just in closing, with your approach, you're certainly, I don't want to lead you, but it's kind of like what you've done in 2 days versus what you did with the first book. You know, your third book is going to be that much easier. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, I think with each time you go through the process, it becomes easier, and you have a better understanding of what to expect.
Right.
I mean, when I came here yesterday morning, you know, I had an idea based on what the itinerary said, but still, you got to go through the process. You got to understand what the process is, and I mean, there's people here that have been through their 4th or 5th or 6th retreat and know the process and know how it works, and so now I do too.
Exactly. Very good. Thanks, Curtis.
Thanks.